This is Hard Facts.
It's Hard Facts.
Hard Facts.
On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Yes, it is a very pleasant Tuesday here in Nigeria's capital. And pleasant weather, pleasant day, the second day of the month of July 2024. And I would say everything good, everything dandy. But it might not be for you anyway, but that's the spirit you should carry along so that things will look bright and happy for you. Thank you so much for staying with 95.1 Nigeria Info on your passionate, trustworthy, and conversational radio. Trust us on air, off air, online, on the street. We get the conversation going. And I'm excited to be here with you today. 3 to 7 p.m. as usual every weekday. My name is Kimberly Wachku. Yes, the Oracle, the digital Oracle that is. OTF, the fellow Ochanya one, Madam Speaker. I would say yes to them all. Thank you so much for staying with 95.1 Nigeria Info. Her vocal majesty, Adadiorama 1, Swadunia is out of the studio, and this is where I take over the reign of affairs from now to 7 p.m. Once I'm done, Football Frenzy will take up with the A team, and then Somi will be here for Talk Night to wrap it up with that very perfect conversation about family, love, and all the other business in between. So you want to stay close to your radio all day because there's still a lot to come. And in keeping with tradition, on the Roundtable, on Hard Facts, that is, we start off with the Roundtable, looking at some of the big stories driving conversation. And I'm so sorry to announce that my guest will not be joining. I actually was hoping he would say, even if he's coming a little late, but it's held up at a panel that is meant to speak at, and the timing was changed, so completely out of his control. But just so you know, I got words from Dr. Majid. We're not promising 100%, but Dr. Majid will be here tomorrow. He's a busy man, national duty all over the country, so we totally do understand. And the days we have him, we're grateful. When he can't make it and he has to be somewhere else, we totally understand, because I know that Dr. Majid is committed to the show, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for Wednesday. All right. I will run through some of the light and easy conversation we're talking about today, and then would get to hear your input, saying that we don't have a guest. You be my guest. So brace yourself. I expect to get incisive contribution from you as you pick up your phone or sending your message. But first off, here's something to look at, even though they've taken it to court. But, just before the court gives its final interpretation, I was thinking, if I was a woman and before I got married, I had Machuku, and I got married to someone and I start to change my name, go through court, get document to adjust, maybe for travel, for certain things, because some people go through all the trouble to change their name to reflect that they are married and carry their husband's name. For other people, they're like, yeah, on the surface he can be, but who wants to go through the whole hassle of doing this name change and adding this one and altering this one and getting this court whatever to back up this that I'm married or my status has changed and all of that. But for people who do, and if you have, you know that it's actually a lot of work, even down to travels where you just need to prove that your name reflects this one, or else there's a problem at the end of the day. And if by some chance, because some of these things happen, and you have your plan, you think you're married to your best friend, and something goes sideways and a divorce or separation happen, and then the person starts to say, oh, stop parading yourself using my name because we're once married, now we're separated. Like, I have to go through the entire paperwork again to go back to the old name. But come on, seriously? Shouldn't the woman be at liberty to just go with whatever name she pleases? Her father's name she changed to her husband's name, the divorce, just stick to the name until somebody else's name comes. I'm just thinking out loud, but the court will interpret it. Because the former Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Alison Madueke, has filed a petition in the Lagos State High Court seeking a legal declaration to end his marriage to Dezani and requesting that she stop using his last name. He's asking the court to order the former Minister of Petroleum Resources to revert to a maiden name, which is Agama. This was contained in Madueke's petition for gestation of marriage, declaration that the marital union has ended. The ex-chief of naval staff argued that Dezani going on use of his name despite their marriage being legally over is damaging to his reputation and could lead to unintended consequences, including mistaken liability, particularly given the corruption allegation against her. All right, so yeah, it's understandable where he's coming from. She's like bad press right now. If you mention Alison Madueke, everybody just Alison, petroleum minister, our juries and our bra. She used all our money to buy those things and all of those things and all of that. So I totally understand it. And given that they are confiscating a lot of assets, or they have even quite a number of them that belong, so I can understand why her ex-husband would just want to distance himself so that you don't confuse his own asset for her own asset and stuff like that. Well, Madueke is a former military governor of Anambra State and Imo State. He married Dezani on the 30th of June, 1999 under the Marriage Act. The petitioner, Madueke, noted that Dezani had previously filed for divorce at the Nasarawa State High Court in Maraba, Gukrud in November 2021, citing an irreconcilable breakdown of their marriage, seeking to end their union formally, and said he did not oppose the suit, resulting in the court dissolution of the marriage. Yet, Dezani persists in using his surname despite the formal termination of their marital union. And so he wants the court to do something about it, to just ensure that she stopped using his name for obvious reasons. Despite his legal notice, Dezani has failed to respond and continue to use that name that she's known. I mean, she's known. Who knows Alison Agama? Like, who is Alison Agama? We know Dezani, Alison Madueke. That's the famous one that we know, home and abroad. And so if you remove Alison Madueke from her name, we're left with Dezani Agama, who is unknown. I'm sorry about that, sir. She's stuck with that name for a while until a lot of things are settled. But hey, I'm not the one to interpret it in court, so shush about that. Not preempting the court at all. The correspondent is undergoing criminal trial in both Nigeria and the United Kingdom, and the charge in Nigeria, okay, they give the suit number. The respondent faces public allegation of corruption, financial misconduct, for which trial are ongoing for both. And he said the persistent portrayal of the respondent as the spouse of the petitioner is creating embarrassment, a misleading impression, and tarnishing the reputation, integrity, and public image of the petitioner. And the respondent continued use of the petitioner's first and surname falsely suggests to the public a continuing relationship between the parties, though same had legally ended. Well within his right to demand that, given all we know about Alison at this point in time. And if it ended, it might have to go through the entire paperwork. Perhaps that's why, a lot of people are choosing to just stick to their maiden name, just in case. I'm not saying you go into a marriage thinking it's going to end, but look around you. A lot of them are hitting the rock so fast that you start to really wonder if there was love in it in the first instance. So, we hear what the court says, right? Because they see, leave that woman alone, let her use whatever name. She earned it once upon a time. And she chooses to keep it. I know quite a number of people, even certain celebrities who are known with certain names, and they want to keep it even after their divorce. Tina Turner, for example, had a bad divorce. But even after that, she said, see, this is who they know, Tina Turner. And I've earned this name and put a lot of work to it. I'm not going to just stop using it because it's now my name. And the only Turner in the entire universe just used to be the Tina. Before the papers signed, very going back to their maiden name. We'll see how this pans out. It'll be quite interesting to see. Perhaps if you know a similar story or situation, tell us how it works, or just share your opinion generally. And it'd be nice to know what you have to say about this. All right, then. Do you think we should be creating more states or collapsing states together? By collapsing, I mean there are a lot of states that are not viable. Did you hear the governor saying, if you increase minimum wage from 30,000 to even by 50%, add 15,000 on top, we'll go bankrupt? Yeah. Governors Forum, Southern Governors Forum, they actually put a communique out saying that they should be able to negotiate with their own workforce outside whatever determined is minimum wage. A number of them say 50% in 50%, because what they're clamoring for right now more than 100%. If we're going to go by 62,000, which Labour is vehemently opposed to. So if we sell them from 8,000, we will sell no country. Like when you see the next because people who are really working and those people who are not ghost workers and those who are driving taxi in London that have just had more than 2 years still collect their pay, you'll be surprised. But saying we can. So saying if your IG when to capital export, when it comes to your it's poor, you're really doing as a state. And we need to. Perhaps that's why some people are clamoring at one point to saying maybe we should look at it from the regional perspective to seeing how states can form a block, regional block, and develop and make it a tad competitive. Where by the time you see what Block A region is doing, you'll be like, these people are really investing in this area. What resources do we have? What wealth do we have? What can we control as allowed by the constitution that is on the concurrent list, or even advocate for some of the things on the exclusive list in the hand of the federal government to be handled by state or state and the federal government to give them, a bit more control over their resources and build the region. But apparently we're not matured for that conversation yet. Or maybe we are, because I know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government body language is indicative of, something in that direction. But one doesn't have all the clear picture. But that's not what we're talking about, though. Here is a bill that has scaled through the first reading, and it's seeking the creation of a TT state in the Southeast geopolitical zone. It was read for the first time on the floor of the House of Representatives during plenary today. The bill is sponsored by 5 members of the House comprising Amobi Oga, Miriam Onoha, Kama, and Kim Kama, Chinwe, and Anayo Onwebu. They seek the proposed state to be created out of the present Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo state. When created, it's talk about the news and 8. Immediately sustain and they also that they look and transfer the 11 local government areas from their current state. The local government to be affected this to created and Kiwe is also a part of it. On is also a part of it. Just this is still developing it. So just something that came out. So that's what they're calling for, to saying we need another state. Well, if you look at it in terms of the region, central, south, and so the region's right to say maybe we need another state to just balance things, even it out, and get the same level of representation at the National Assembly like other regions. But then they will also remind you about what's the population distribution of the region in terms of the population density of the place and whatnot. Is it absolutely necessary to create a different state? Well, we understand the politics of things in Nigeria enough to understand we're calling for it. But then given the fact too many states, too many representatives, government is spending so much on so many people who are claiming to represent areas where they truly do not reflect that representation, shouldn't we be having, serious conversation about setting state if they should stand on their own or not? Because I don't care how many local government you call in setting states, they're not viable. They have no business being on their own. 1 minute you say, whatever VAT we collect, let's manage it on our own. It shouldn't get to the federal government. And some states are shaking in their boots and saying, be your brother's keeper. Because they know that if they manage to pay salaries, that's the most they can do. Forget cargo, airport, and the likes, because resources, even in those states, are not utilized. They're not harnessed for the common good of people in the state and the country, but for certain individuals who profit off of it. So, should we be looking at creating more states? Or on creating some states that are creating unnecessary burden and not adding so much? Well, the phone lines are buzzing. 2 stories down. I will get your take on that. 0700 951 0000, 0809 5974869, or 0809 9930137. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I greet you. I greet all listeners.
Go ahead, sir.
Issue of new state. If we check it, they are if we check it, they are receiving Southeast Easterners. Yes, they even demand 2. Yes, not where have 7. Why we have only, but isn't just if you say that they are against Buhari, against Nigeria, against this, not the current talk, they are rocking up. Yeah? It's an injustice. So So that you not waste time to create monsters in Southeast. Thank you. Have a nice celebration. God bless.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, Kimberly.
Yes, welcome.
How about you from Wawala?
Sir.
When most of the cities are not economically viable, so they can't even do proper plans the equation for the two of the Southeast. Let them have equal share of the number of states that are Southeast. And there is still issues of forward, but they are still difficulties. Thank you. That is my
Very much. Tuanyiri Raymond, see you. I see you on Facebook. Welcome on board, Jugu Excellence, Shegun Folari, watching live from Pape. Thank you very much. Just to let you know, Facebook and YouTube. Go ahead, Kingsley.
Now, for fairness, equity, and justice, there should be another state in the Southeast. When you go to the Senate or House of Reps, you see members, even shadow locations, like Kano, has almost for something local government. And each local government receive almost 100 million. And this
All right, our caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
My name is Obedient Moses.
We're listening.
I don't want to talk about the state or anything. What I'm trying to talk about now is a coffee, there is a dead body at Kuba Road. I don't know. Let me inform the people.
What part of Kuba Road?
Guys, after this, what is that situation? What do they call it? Sherman. Once the pass it and move forward more, I think you're getting to that junction. I think you're getting to that, what do they call it? VIO inspection or something. People became there. So please, let's hold on from the authority to do something.
All right.
People are talking of how to get more space. We cannot even do the what we have. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello, and the Kimberly.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okoro, one of Nigerian informs. I was just calling from Media State, and I work at a great job. I'm so glad with you. You see, I think the Southeast deserve a state. You understand? I come from Imo State, Ikedu, in Uzaba. Only Uzaba alone, if at all it's in the region, I'm telling you, you will give them more than 3 local governments. Some local governments have been given maybe by the land mass and rest of things. And if you look at it, you will see that it's empty land. I think Southeast deserve, if I should say, almost two states, not even one. You understand? I think they should make it to be equal so that the agitation and the rest of them will go.
All right, then.
Thank you very much. That is my say.
Thank you very much.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes. Talking of what let them support we from Anioma to carve out Anioma from present Delta State to join our kids from South so that the number will match 6 of all. So, but calling on of more states in the Southeast and neglect the agitation of normal people of Delta State, I think it is not fair. Let those senators and those honorable members.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, the creation of states in Southeast. Kimberly, let me tell you the truth. There is forces in Nigeria doesn't want the progress of creation of states in Southeast. Let me give you one example. If you look at how this thing starts, you will know that anything for progress of Southeast, you will see forces. It's just a mecra. Only 5 states is the creation of this country. Southeast has a 5 states. It's not the injustice. When you talk of the creation of a Southeast Commissioner, up to now,
All right, thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, Kim, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Kim, if you murder the name of my village again, me and you, no problem.
But if it's yours that I murdered, forgive me, I'm sorry. But I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's yours. All right. Yes, sir.
Marriage, where for how did they say for better for worse?
Mm-hmm.
So my Navy captain, Alex Madeke of 1986, very fine gentleman. I bet the man knows that marriage go there till he does do them fast. The time where him and the IDB, because he worked under IDB as a Navy captain, Alex Madeke, 1986. I know that time very well. I was in primary school. In fact, the house man is still there by Papa house up to today. So all the rough games when they played that time, he was part and parcel of it. The woman did not divorce him. So whatever name of 1986 IBB regime carry now, in part and parcel of it. So it should not because of whatever that has happened now. And I think he's just playing politics. So for background there, I don't say whatever that is coming through the woman, they have been together, they have been eating it, they have been enjoying it. Just for legal or for whatever it is, case, the matter of the case, you just want to distance yourself, regarding the property they have together so that they will not be able to confiscate it. I think that's what he's trying to be smart by half. But having said that,
is well within his right to protect his assets now, given the fact that they are even formally divorced or separated.
We understand what they know, we are not children. But coming to the issue of state creation, I want our callers to also understand. I'm not being pessimistic here, but the truth of the matter is this. Calling for state creation under this democracy of Nigeria, my brother, is a wide good change. My sister is a wide good change. You know why?
Why?
You can only succeed in creating another state in Nigeria by military administration. But under democracy, it's not going to happen because there are steps. It requires some states to willingly, underline our willingly, relinquish part of their allocation in order to add to what other states will bring out to be able to sustain a new state. You don't just say it's not the 5 states that are agitating for it that will not relinquish whatever that is coming to them in terms of allocation that will sustain a new state here. The northern states will have to willingly to relinquish whatever that is there. Coupled with the fact that that particular area they want to create must have their own natural resources that they are bringing to the table that will also sustain them economically. So, that state was able to be created because the base of the men of that time was able to with the use of the messages that they rub hand for a bubble back. They run face, the man has to say how far now, what is the problem? If my people say they want state, the man don't carry phone, boundary commission, call the people in charge. The next day they created better state. And they even put the capital for the woman's village, Asaba. So anyone who is still thinking, because the kind of hatred that is in this country, no state in the north or in the western part of Nigeria is able to relinquish anything common to be able to create another state in the southeast. Take that to the bank. That is my contribution. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate. All right. Let's hear another caller quickly. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
Hello. My name is Mr. Mike. I'm calling from Ekado.
Go ahead, Mr. Mike. We're listening.
I'm from Southeast. I supported one of your callers called Obi Anwasaba.
Oh, dear. All right, people. 0700 951 0000 0809 5974 869 or 0809 9930 137. Rear Admiral Alison Amichina Maduke has petitioned Lagos State High Court to stop his ex-wife Daisani from using his first and last name as part of her surname, that she's causing him so much embarrassment. And then we also talked about the bill that has scaled through the first reading, seeking the creation of a new state in the southeastern part of the country. The southeastern region apparently has the least number of states compared to others. So we've been getting input for these stories, and Agbakowa sent a warning to the federal government. The senior advocate of Nigeria, during his address newsmen in his office in Ikoyi, Lagos State this morning, warned that what he described as hunger riot might break out in Nigeria, calling on the federal government to act fast. He said this would occur despite the nation's enormous oil and gas resources, which according to him has been hijacked by foreigners, and maintained that Nigeria as a nation should avoid a situation where the masses will be pushed to the point of taking to the street as a result of hunger. He had so much to say, actually, but when some of these people throw up taking to the street, yes, the tendency of it happening is there. They've taken to the street so many times. It depends on the kind of government you have. If it's the one that responds to taking to the street in the positive light, or it ends up becoming a bit more damaging to Nigeria. I started out the question with protest and taking to the street, how much in terms of positive results have we gotten from it? Could there be a different approach, or that's the only card on the table at this point in time? And just to throw this one quickly in so that you can respond to which of the stories you please. Yesterday was interesting with the FCT minister, who a lot of like, yeah, Mr. Minister is working or whatnot. His beef, if we put it that way, with the senator representing the nation's capital has been going on for a very long time. I think from the jump, from the very beginning, where they each started, occupying their office, both elective and appointive. The Minister of the FCT, Simike, says Ireti Kingibe will not be re-elected in 2027. He spoke in Abuja on Monday at the flag-off ceremony of the construction of the Mabuchi bus terminal that if we have done well, we've done well. If we haven't done well, we haven't done well. I'm proud to say that in the short time that President Tinubu has appointed us, we have done well. He's giving himself a pat on the back. Well, they say if you don't blow your horn, who will? All right, so Mr. Minister, toot your horn. But then, as long as you're doing the work and not just mouthing off, people will not be quick to, tear you to shreds. He went on to say, you said there are no schools and hospitals. You, as a legislator, what have you done? How many bills have you sponsored for us to improve our education and health sector? I challenge that legislator. If you're very popular in 2027, come and run under Abuja. We will fail you. That's the part that got a bit iffy. Like, who is the we? Who is the we, Mr. Honorable Minister, that we fail her? Or with the people? Because in 2027, I'm sure it's going to go beyond a movement dictating. And any Tom, Dick, and Harry just coming under a movement. People would scrutinize the character we're coming under, no matter how popular it is. However, it'll be interesting to know the we, because Abuja is a bit dynamic in how it votes. And we've seen it in the last three elections that the FCT can take an opposing stand from whoever emerges as the president. From 2015 to 2019 to 2023, FCT voted, in a fashion that's quite interesting. Enough for us to even take the matter to the Supreme Court to determine if we are special people with a special vote to determine who becomes president, such that if you do not win the FCT, I don't care how many votes you get in total, you're not qualified. And the Supreme Court had to put that to rest. Now we know that we're mere mortals like every other person. So, who is the we that would fill Kingibe? If it's the people, the constituency, senatorial district she represents, and she does not deliver, because a lot of people have been a bit critical of Senator Kingibe and saying, we've not felt your weight in the National Assembly. At one point, she was crying like, oh, they passed bill. They did not tell me. Like, auntie, who will tell you? When you take up a job, you should roll up your sleeves and understand it's a dog-eat-dog world. I'm not saying be brutal and all of that, but you understand the country. You understand the system. You threw your hat in the ring, indicating interest for the job. I mean, read the room, understand how things operate, and get to work. So they didn't tell me I'm not carried along. Carry yourself there. Make sure you are along. That's it. And the people will determine at the end of the day if you qualify to come back for that seat. I mean, the people brought Iriti Kingibe, a powerful man who felt, like Tuta was removed in spite of it all. And the people can easily decide, your representation of the FCT was abysmal and we want somebody else. That's we. But I don't know the we that the FCT minister is talking about, given his antecedents in Rivers State and all that happened in the 2023 election. Let's hope that the we is the people and not any manipulative we. So as much as the FCT minister is throwing the people can also tell the FCT minister, hold your horses. Abuja no be Rivers State, something of that nature. Well, he went on to say, if you think that what happened last time will happen again, it will not happen again. If you're popular, come and run. Lucky for me, I'm the FCT minister now, so here is my territory, and I'm not afraid. People should be able to accept the truth. We're not begging for anybody to be our friend. We have so many friends that we cannot even carry them along. So how can we go and beg people to be our friends? We're not interested in that. Are they still talking politics or something else? All right, then. 0700 951 0000. Hello.
Hello, Kim. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the show.
This is Tyra.
Go ahead, Tyra.
First of all, Kim, I want to talk about the 6 states. I think the Southeast deserve 6 states. We've been talking about this thing, if you remember, since 2015 when Buhari came on board. So I think I hope that it passed the 3rd region or the 4th region or the 5th region because they deserve it. They should have equal states with even South that they were even there before South was created because of politics. So I think Southeast deserve 6 states. Yeah, they will now fight it. You know what I want to know. All I know is that let them fight for that one first, then where they will fight it is their own business, but they deserve to have 6 states. And therefore, honestly, I do not know what people want that woman to do. If you do not know Wiki, then you don't know him. It's not about not be so, not so. Because anybody who says, when he says not be so, you say not be so. That dollars, when they straight where they give you, I want to make and they say not so. That time you go regret and say, this person not be that campus way you know. It is very unfortunate that a woman, it's just because I don't know why this quiet type of responsible people has to go in with this minister. Let him try Dino Melai. Let him try Dino Melai. Dino Melai fits him. It's the type of person that you will give him what he wants. West for West, whatever he wants. Dino will give you 100%. I told Dino. You can't be passing in front and saying what you like to somebody's wife. What has the woman done? She has said the truth. When people say that she's not been this, they're not be hearing her, they're not be. Let me tell you, if somebody wants to destroy your career, they will do it indirectly, using other people, using other means. Even when she wants to talk in the National Assembly, you will see Abajo, the way they will step her case down. You think it's not frustrating because you're not in her shoes? How can somebody who the people elected, you are mistreating her because she's not in your party? And you have the effrontery to say in all TV stations that let her come and see. She think that it's like before when she's done. Let her come now, come and say, let him see. Let me tell you, the way that he's talking about is him, INEC chairman Yakubu, Mahmoud Yakubu.
All right.
And Miloko, the president.
Okay.
That's what he's talking about.
All right. We'll see who would handle the 2027 election when we get there. Hello.
Good afternoon. My name is Katie.
Welcome, Katie.
If Tera has said it all, I don't think there is anything to add other than to say, when we can say we, it's not referring to us. Because they know that this election is not about we, it's about them. That was why it was not counted. It just conspired somewhere and wrote the result, and all of them, about 99.9% of them that are there now, if the votes were properly, accurately counted, like what happened in the region, when an agent said no, one vote is missing, we cannot go. And they remain in that place for hours in the following day to make sure they locate that one vote. You tell such a thing has happened here. Those of them paraded around, they won't be there. But it is not, it's not we that is referring, even though why talking about 2027 now? Simply because they know those people. I'm happy you say that. They think what happened last year will happen again. I don't think, because everybody has understood that. But the judiciary, the INEC, they just have to sit up. They have taken Nigerians for a ride for so many times. They just have to sit up.
All right.
If they are bragging a minister. So what? Okay, the lady will land. She has written in 10 messages, no response, just shown her, sorry. And it's not as if the lady is not ready to discuss. But he is not opening up his door. No, she have to force herself into him, a lady for that matter. For those who are saying which he has performed, let them go and ask for Bara in River State what kind of performance. Revelations that are coming from there, that performance, it's just gem. It's gem, we know about it. Any other person who wants to work here, if he has the kind of money that Wike has, he will do it. This minister doesn't want what he doesn't have what it takes to go around with a retinue of government officials and make noise here and there. That's why we're not hearing her. But for me, she's working.
All right then.
Just her voice is very. Nobody is to project her. Just as because minister and senator, you cannot project them at the center. He's always on platform everywhere, anytime. Talking this.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Doesn't have that opportunity. So please, she should leave her alone. We voted her. We don't know how he came here. We voted the senator. So you should leave her alone. If he doesn't want to cooperate with her, just leave her alone. Don't bring her to the party for us because we know her.
All right then. Thank you very much. Tag her Fidel, watching live and direct from Kubo, Abuja. Let Southeast get their fair share of a state. Thank you very much. Dosu, Lizzie Do, good afternoon to you. It's long overdue, please. Uche Okoye said Southeast should be given one to make it equal with others. Captain Paul says, good afternoon, Kim. You look extraordinarily. Thank you very much. I'm blushing. Well done for the professional work you're doing. I salute you. I appreciate you also, Captain Paul, for your message. And that's all on Facebook. On YouTube, John Dami says, thank you very much, John Dami from Lagos. I appreciate your input. Says to get some WhatsApp messages quickly. KTDO, Kim the Oracle. I hear Wike's statement is a political one, and anyone who wants to prove him wrong should do so with the job at hand and let the people have their say, says you, Sani. Do you know when he said, go and hog transformer, people were clapping for him? Well, the minister does have a brash way about him. We saw it even as a minister, as the governor, executive governor of Rivers State, and he's more street than steez, if you feel me. As they sweet us, they pain them. It's not steez, it's streets, man. It doesn't have time for any finesse, apparently, because you tell a woman, go and get transformer. Do you know when he said, okay, I read that. How are you? To be sincere, Wike has messed up a lot. Okay. Let's read this through. Under no circumstance should he have spoken to the gentlewoman the way he did. She saw that the way Wike... Okay, let's go on a break. On a break time.
This is Nigeria Info.